Hi, my name is Eleanor Dwyer. I'm a first year student studying business management, and this is my vlog on Consumer Me from the module Understanding Markets and Customers. In this vlog, I'll be explaining some of the purchases I have made based upon my own consumer behaviour. Consumer behaviour is how individuals and organisations select products or services based upon the psychological needs of the consumer. It's also based upon how consumers feel about other alternatives, how the environment influences them, the way organisations market their products, and the way the consumer does their own research on the products and the organisation. A routine purchase is a regular purchase that is made with a short decision-making process to it. Regular purchases that I make is buying water. I always buy supermarkets' own branded water because I purchase it so regularly. I don't want to be spending money on other branded waters as they are more expensive and pretty much the same product. I would relate this to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, as you need water as a basic psychological need. This is because it is at the beginning of the hierarchy and it's an essential need that all humans are entitled to in order to survive. If water was at the top of the hierarchy, it would be seen more as a luxury item, as you would not need it to survive. A limited purchase is a less frequent purchase and it is more deliberate, which is moderately expensive. A limited purchase that I have made is my Naked 2 and 3 eyeshadow palettes. I purchased both of these palettes at the same time as I had seen a lot of advertisement for these products on some beauty websites, social media, shop windows. I would base this purchase on Roger's theory of diffusion, of innovation, as I would base my behaviour on the early majority, as when these eyeshadow palettes first came out, I wanted other people to try them first so I could look at opinions and reviews of the product before I decided to make a purchase, as there were products I probably wouldn't spend this much money on, and I didn't want to be an innovator as I didn't want to risk not liking the product and wasting my money. An extended purchase is a purchase that is made very rarely and requires a long-term commitment. An extended purchase that I have made is coming to university, as it requires a long-term commitment. It costs a lot of money, and I have invested a lot of time in deciding which universities to go to in order to study my degree for the next 4 years. For my extended purchase, I would relate this to Roger's theory of planned behaviour, as after my A-levels, I intend to go to university to study a degree, so I researched which university to go to. I believe Leeds Beckett was the best for me, as I liked the look of the course. When I went to look around the university on an open day, I built up a perception that it was a good uni, and based upon other people's opinions, other students liked it too. Then I took action upon my behaviour and applied to Leeds Beckett to study business management, and I'm glad I have. When taking into account all of my purchases, they all relate to the consumer acquisition process. This is a psychological process related to all the decision making of my purchases. It looks at all my motives to my purchases, how much time I have put into my purchases, how much information I have gathered, and the influences. It relates to how well the company has persuaded me to buy their products. After all of my purchases, I have experienced cognitive dissonance, which is the re-evaluation of products and purchases that I have made. For example, my limited purchase of my Naked eyeshadow palettes. As shortly after I purchased these eyeshadow palettes, Urban Decay released a new eyeshadow palette which I would have preferred and would have only had to buy one of. So I should have conducted more research. So it has made me reverse my decision making. My other purchases, such as water, is so habitual that I don't really think about it before or after the purchase. And with the university, I spent a lot of time researching and gathering information, and I'm sure that I have made the best decision for my education.